This is too much.
What too much? Oh, this too much. Are you sure?
Matthew, you got it backwards. It's 57.
Maybe backward. Fine, right? Yeah.
We don't quite have one for every year. I don't want to sound mean about it. We don't have that many people.
Well, we can always work on it.
NPI is trying.
That's good. Yeah, we've been doing fine, haven't we?
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Even Peter signed it here, I see.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Yeah, one of a kind, wonderful year.
What? 57?
75, not 57.
Well, you're much even younger then.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Ooh.
John Day! 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 Come on in, hero. We have a chair down here for you, John, if you want to sit rather than stand.
Oh, well, with a number like that above it. Wow, this is unbelievable.
Well, you better blow out your candles fast because they're going to go out on their own.
Okay. First things first, yeah.
John,
Yeah.
you want me to help you with all this?
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear John. Happy birthday to you. Woohoo!
Well, here goes.
Yeah. Before we cut the cake and get into anything else, I've done a little reading recently in the past few days about John and his birthday and the significance. And is there anybody else that has his birthday is actually Sunday, the 5th, but since probably most of you wouldn't be here Sunday, we thought we'd go ahead and do it today, huh? Anybody else have a February 5th birthday? No? John is the only one. Do you know, now, the year that John was born, if you can back up 75 years.
It's kind of toothed down from that.
In the year that you were born, John, we found out that the Golden Gate Bridge in California and San Francisco opened that year. Wow, that goes back some.
I was there.
Knowing your penchant for frugality and whatnot, I just did some checking on prices, and I found that a new home in 1937, you could pick one up on an average across America for about $4,000. $4 grand.
Buy a lot of house.
Rent, if you didn't want to buy, you could rent for about $26 a month. A new car, you could pick up for $700 and change. $700 for a new car. And it didn't matter which one you bought because gasoline was about $0.10 a gallon.
Yeah, that was highway robbery.
Yeah. But all things in perspective, the average earnings per year in 1937 was, anybody want to guess?
$10.
A little more than that. About $1,700 a year. Average annual earnings. So, you've done quite well for yourself, John. On the political scene, we know this is a presidential election year on the political scene. FDR had just started his second term of many as U.S. President. And in Mexico, President of Mexico, we have anybody that would have any interest in Mexico, maybe? Lázaro Cárdenas, President of Mexico. Other political figures, Mussolini was the Prime Minister of Italy. Stalin was the General Secretary of the Soviet Union. And Hitler was the German Chancellor. Neville Chamberlain was the UK Prime Minister at the time. In the field of athletics, the Brown Bomber, Joe Louis, won the World Heavyweight Boxing Championship. And in the movies, Disney released the first version of Snow White. And it would be interesting to note that John, during his career as a father and grandfather, has done all the voices of all 7 of the Snow White for his kids and grandkids. John being born on February 5th, he's right in this. If you know your zodiac, you know that he is what? Aquarius, yeah, he's Aquarian. And as an Aquarian, you possess unusual and original philosophical ideas. Anybody recognize that, John? A bit of, now this is straight out of the book, it says, a bit of an enigma. Speaking of. All right. John, it said in the book, I don't know, this is very uncharacteristic of you. You were very true to the feelings of your heart, regardless of what logic and reason says, to the point that others would consider you to be stubborn. Fathom that. You are a popular person, very interesting. You truly love people. You're compassionate, would do anything for anybody in need. Prediction for 2012 is that there will be a focus on personal freedom and enthusiastic adventure. Yeah.
There we go.
I did a little looking around, snooping around in the patent office files and the archives there, and there wasn't very much in there. There was one interesting bit of information. In 1861, there was a patent issued for the first peep show machine. So, speaking of personal freedom and enthusiastic adventure. Your favorite color, knowing that John loves Malvern and knowing that he loves money, not necessarily in that order, what would you think his favorite color might be? Purple. Well, you're wrong. Again, this is a presidential election year. There were no presidents born on this day. However, there was one recognizable name that was a Democratic presidential candidate in 52 and again in 56. He lost both times to Eisenhower. And who do you think that would be? Do you remember the name?
Who lost Eisenhower?
Was it Stevenson?
A Democratic presidential candidate. Adlai Stevenson, exactly. Yeah, good going. Points for Harry there. Another presidential candidate or presidential connection was, again, no president themselves, but a lady by the name of Nancy Hanks Lincoln, who was Abraham Lincoln's mother, was born on February 5th. We know that Sunday, once again, is Super Bowl. You know, a lot of people recognize the Super Bowl. We all know that the real reason for the holiday is that it's John's birthday.
Yeah.
There was a Heisman Trophy winner, quarterback for the Cowboys for about 10 years back in the 70s, who shares the birthday with John, and his name, of course, is Roger Staubach. Yeah. Your historical.
You got all that on there.
That's all right there, my man. Wondering, John, what we were going to say, and all that remains to be said is happy birthday and congratulations. We're glad you're part of our team.
This has been quite an interesting morning. Come in, all these flowers here.
Yeah, man.
Birthday card, it's very nicely done. Everybody signed it, so
Yeah.
appreciate that. So,
Good
well,
deal.
shall we have some cake?
Let's have cake. What do you say? Thanks to Charlotte for providing it. She was up all hours of the night and morning putting this together.
And she
And
would
she's got
wish
it
me many more
obviously in,
birthdays.
amateur decorating.
Thank you.
So.
Wow. What do you do, just 4 pieces?
Well, yeah.
John, you got to turn your numbers around.
Turn that 5 over.
There you go. There you go. All right, John.
That even seemed like all.
No, trust me, that's not all.
I call that opportunistic dyslexia.
But now Rob's going to
What counts as over this?
Huh?
What counts as over?
About 80. You know, as you get older, that old keeps pushing further out.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, I guess actually they were talking about that. Even when we stop at
Well,
if you're the last person, so you cannot all go.
There you go, Charlotte. Since you did such a great job, I don't know how's this going to work out.
Just leave enough for yourself. Take care of number one, guys.
This was an overview of that service support and share. What's going on and new, of course, that's something new for this year. Recently, right? Just help them change. That's one to help them change. Get more metric.
Matthew,
Yes, sir.
to see that you get a peek.
John, when you joined Discotech 20 years ago, did you still be here 20 years later? What were your plans then?
Oh, I don't know. I guess it was work for the day.
Day by day, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe cheese.
Cheese.
Thought I'd give it a whirl with Max for a little bit.
Cheese on top of
He seemed like he had a lot of things he wanted to get done.
It's the sweet. It's not.
Also was such a time, I think he had several outstanding.
Yes, that's for Charlotte, exactly.
Good for him.
It's good. That's for Charlotte.
And
It's good.
we helped him get to do that.
It's because
Pardon?
at Malvern, I was talking to some guys who'd been there 20 years. 20 years. Been there 20 years. And I was sitting thinking, you know, I've moved around so much in my career. I mean, I'd love to be somewhere for 20 years, but it's getting a bit late for that. You've moved 20 years.
He set the bar pretty high.
There's
20
still a
years out
chance.
there quite a way.
Yeah, maybe I'll make 20 years with Malvern, but there's still plenty of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you, life is not forever, is it? Well, I'll tell you what, gotta appreciate your friends. Getting up in the morning, feeling halfway ready to go, so I think I've been very fortunate. And you came all the way across the pond here just for this.
Just for this. And Robert as well.
I think we're okay, John.
Robert,
Okay. Go ahead and enjoy your meal.
Okay.
Robert was just on his way to California, but heard there was cake, so he stopped off.
Well, does it work? Looks pretty good.
It's all gone. It's very good.
I'll get you another piece.
There's no calories in it, Kyle, not that it matters to you.
Oh.
Well, thank you, Charles.
Well, we should get another piece. Well, you're definitely looking a bit podgy there.
It's the coat.